The art museum was my Tuesday escape. I'd stand in front of paintings I didn't understand, pretending the swirls of color meant something profound. That's where I met David Mitchell, standing in front of the same ocean painting, both of us soaked from the rain outside. "Winslow Homer," he said, not looking at me. He painted the sea like it was a living thing. I should have walked away. I should have given him a polite smile and moved to the next gallery. But his voice was warm, and I was lonely. And when he finally turned to look at me, his eyes were the kindest I'd ever seen. "I'm David," he said, extending his hand. "Sarah," I replied. "Sarah." He repeated my name like it was something precious. "That's beautiful." That was 3 months ago. Now, I was standing in our kitchen, because I'd practically moved into his apartment after 6 weeks, chopping vegetables while he showered. His phone buzzed on the counter. The screen lit up with a single word: blocked. It had been happening for weeks. The same blocked number, calling at random times. David would sigh, decline it, and pull me close. "It's just Sarah," he'd say. "My ex. She can't let go." "Wait, her name is Sarah too?" I'd asked the first time. "Yeah, weird coincidence, right?" He'd kissed my forehead. "But you're my Sarah, the only one who matters." Tonight the phone rang again and again. I heard the shower running, heard David humming off key. The phone kept ringing. I grabbed it. "David, please, just listen." A woman's voice, exhausted and desperate. "He's in the shower," I said coldly. The line went silent. Then, "Oh, you must be the new one. I'm his girlfriend and you need to stop calling." "Girlfriend?" She laughed, but it sounded broken. "Of course you are. Let me guess. 5'5". Brown hair, green eyes." My stomach dropped. "How did you— birthday in October? He met you at the art museum? Told you about his dead mother?" I couldn't breathe. "Did he give you the locket yet?" she asked quietly. My hand went to my chest, to the silver oval hanging there. "The one David gave me on our 1-month anniversary, with his late mother's picture inside." "That's my locket," she said. "My dead mother's picture. He stole it when he left." I hung up. David emerged from the bathroom, towel around his waist, smiling. Then he saw my face. "Babe, what's wrong?" I unclasped the locket with shaking hands and dropped it on the counter. "Her name is Sarah," I whispered. His face went white. "She called you? Sarah, that woman is crazy. She knew everything about me. My height, my birthday, where we met. She's been stalking me. Us!" He grabbed the locket. "This was my mother's. She's lying to break us up." "Then why does she know about it?" "Because she's obsessed," he shouted, and I flinched. I'd never heard him yell before. He noticed and immediately softened. I'm sorry, babe. She does this. She finds things out and twists them. Please don't let her ruin what we have." It looked so sincere, so hurt, so convincing. But my laptop was sitting on the coffee table. I walked to it, opened Facebook, typed Sarah Jensen, the name I'd seen on old mail he'd forgotten to throw away. There she was, pretty, mid-20s, brown hair, green eyes. I clicked through her photos with David standing behind me, breathing hard. There she was at the art museum. There she was wearing the locket. There she was in a red dress I'd seen in the back of his closet, the one he said was for his sister's birthday. "Sarah, please." I clicked on a family photo. Her, a man, an older woman. The same woman whose picture was in my locket. "Who is this?" My voice didn't sound like mine. That's my mother, I told you." I zoomed in on the photo caption. "Mom's 60th birthday, 2018. Miss you every day, Elizabeth Jensen." Elizabeth Jensen, I read aloud. "That's her mother, who died in 2019. The silence was deafening. "You gave me a locket with your ex-girlfriend's dead mother's picture in it," I said slowly. "You told me it was your mother. I can explain. You have a type. No, you have a script. You don't fall in love, David. You cast people." He sat down heavily on the couch, head in his hands. For a long moment, he didn't speak. "It's not what you think," he finally said. "Then what is it?" "My mother did die 3 years ago. Car accident." His voice was flat, emotionless. "After that, I was a mess. I couldn't function. I went to therapy, took medication. Nothing helped. Then I met Jessica at a work conference." "Jessica?" "Blonde, blue eyes. Completely wrong for me." He looked up at me. "We dated for 4 months. It was fine, just fine. And then one day, I saw this woman at a coffee shop. She had brown hair, green eyes, and she was reading this book my mother used to love. I watched her for an hour, and I felt something. For the first time since my mother died, I felt something. I felt sick. Her name was Sarah Jensen, and she was perfect. We met at the art museum. I engineered it, followed her there. I learned everything about her first. Her birthday, her interests, where she worked. I became exactly what she needed. You stalked her. I studied her," he corrected. "And it worked. We were perfect together. For 8 months, we were perfect." "Then what happened?" His jaw tightened. "She found out. Not about the stalking. She never knew that. But she wanted to get serious. Meet my family. Talk about the future." And I realized I didn't actually love her. I loved the feeling she gave me. The feeling of being understood, of being whole again. "So you left her." "I broke up with her, and she fell apart. Started calling, showing up at my apartment. I had to move, change my number, but she still finds ways to call." "And the locket?" "She'd shown me pictures of her mother, told me stories. When she wasn't home one day, I went through her things and took it. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to keep something that mattered to her. Maybe I'm just broken." He looked at me with those sad, kind eyes. "Then I met you. At first I thought it was just the resemblance resemblance. But you're different, Sarah. You're stronger than she was. Smarter. With you, I thought maybe I could actually feel something real. You're insane, I whispered. I'm damaged, he said. There's a difference. How many? I asked. How many Sarahs have there been? He didn't answer immediately. 3, he finally said. Jessica doesn't count. Then Sarah Jensen. Then Emily. I called her Sarah. She went along with it. That lasted 2 months. Then you. You've been doing this for 3 years? I've been trying to feel alive for 3 years, he corrected. And every time, it works. For a while, I should have left. I should have grabbed my things and run. But I stood there, frozen, trying to process what I was hearing. So what happens now? I asked. I don't fit the pattern anymore. I know the truth. Does that mean we're done? He stood up, walked toward me slowly. We could be. Or what? Or you could stay, knowing everything. We could try to make it work anyway. I laughed, but it came out harsh. You think I'd stay after this? Sarah Jensen stayed for 8 months without knowing. You're stronger than her. Maybe you're strong enough to stay even with knowing. You're delusional. Maybe. He stepped closer. But think about it. These past 3 months, were they real for you? Did you feel something? I thought I did. You did, he insisted. I might have orchestrated how we met, but everything after that was real. Your feelings were real, based on lies, based on me showing you the version of myself I thought you'd love. Isn't that what everyone does when they're dating? We all perform. I'm better at it than most people. He was right in front of me now. I could smell his shower gel, see the water droplets still clinging to his shoulders. I love you, he said. Maybe I don't love you the way normal people love. Maybe my love is twisted and wrong, but it's real, and I think you love me too. I love someone who doesn't exist. No, he touched my face gently. You love me, the real me. This is who I am, Sarah. Broken and wrong and trying desperately to feel something, and you made me feel something. Doesn't that count for anything? For one horrible moment, I considered it. I considered staying, because he was right. I had felt something. These 3 months had been the happiest of my life, and if I left, I'd be alone again, going back to my tiny apartment and my bookstore job and my non-existent writing career. But then I thought about Sarah Jensen, about her calling, desperate, trying to warn me, about her mother's locket around my neck. No, I said, stepping back. It doesn't count for anything. His face hardened. You'll regret this. Is that a threat? It's a prediction. You'll leave, and in 6 months, you'll still be alone. You'll remember how good we were together, and you'll wonder if you made a mistake. And you'll find another Sarah, I said. Another brown-haired girl with green eyes who looks like your dead girlfriend or your mother or whoever the hell you're really trying to replace. Probably, he agreed. But she won't be you. I packed my things that night. It didn't take long. I'd never fully moved in, despite spending every night there. David watched from the doorway, not speaking. As I zipped up my bag, I took off the locket one final time. Give it back to her, I said, placing it on the table. She won't want it. Not from me. Then throw it away. I don't care. Just don't give it to the next one. Sarah, don't. I held up my hand. Don't say my name like that. Like I'm special. I'm not. I'm just the next one in line. I walked to the door, then turned back. You know what the saddest part is? You could have just been yourself. You could have met me at that museum, struck up a conversation, and asked me out. Maybe I would have said yes. Maybe we could have had something real. This was real, he insisted. No, I said quietly. This was theater, and I'm done performing. I left his apartment and walked 6 blocks before I started crying. Not because I missed him. I was crying for the person I thought he was, for the relationship I thought we had, for the 3 months I'd wasted on a lie. My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Thank you for believing me, Sarah J. I stopped walking, stared at the message. Then I called her. She answered on the first ring. Hello? Hi, I said. I'm Sarah too. The new one. X1, I guess. Oh, thank God, she breathed. I wasn't sure if you'd listen. Most people don't want to hear from the crazy ex. You're not crazy, I said. He is. Yeah, she laughed bitterly. Took me a year of therapy to figure that out. Can I ask you something? Anything. How did you know about me? The details, my height, birthday, all of it? She was quiet for a moment. I've been tracking him. Not stalking, just keeping tabs. After he stole my mother's locket, I hired a private investigator. I wanted it back, but also, I needed to know if I was the only one. If I was crazy for thinking something was wrong. And you're the 4th that I know of. There might be more. The 4th. I felt sick again. What do we do? I asked. We? She sounded surprised. He's going to do this again. To someone else. Another Sarah. I know. But what can we do? He hasn't technically broken any laws. He's just a really good liar. I thought about that. She was right. He hadn't committed a crime. He'd just been a terrible human being. Can we meet? I asked suddenly. I think we should talk. Compare notes. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I'd like that. We met at a diner 2 days later. Sarah Jensen was prettier in person than in her photos. Sharp cheekbones, intelligent eyes, the kind of person who looked like they had their life together. She slid into the booth across from me and immediately pulled out a folder. I've been documenting everything, she said. I know it's obsessive, but after what he did, I needed to understand it. She spread photos across the table. 4 women, all with brown hair and green eyes. All similar heights, similar builds. That's me, she said, pointing to herself in one photo. That's Emily. She was before me, apparently. recently, though I didn't know it at the time. That's you. And that's Amanda. She was the first one, right after his mother died. You found her? LinkedIn. She works in finance, same as him. They dated for 9 months. I reached out to her last year. What did she say? Sarah pulled out her phone and showed me a message thread. Amanda. He told me his mother just died, that I reminded him of her. I thought it was romantic. Then he started calling me by his mother's name, Sarah. At first I thought I'd misheard, but it kept happening. When I confronted him, he broke down crying, said he needed help. We broke up. I heard he started dating someone a few months later. Sarah J. Named Sarah. Amanda. Yeah, actually. How did you know? I sat back in the booth, stunned. His mother's name was Sarah? Sarah Ann Mitchell. Died in a car accident, April 2022. I pulled the death certificate. So he's not just dating women who look alike, he's literally trying to replace his mother. In the most messed up way possible, yes. I felt dizzy. The whole relationship replayed in my mind. Every time he touched my face gently. Every time he'd said I understood him in a way no one else did. Every time he'd looked at me with those sad, needy eyes. This is worse than I thought, I whispered. It gets worse, Sarah said. I've been monitoring his social media. He made a new account under a fake name. He's been active in art museum groups. And yesterday, he posted asking for local art gallery recommendations. He's hunting already. Yeah, we sat in silence for a long moment. We have to warn her, I said finally. Whoever she is, when he finds her. How? We don't know who she'll be. Then we warn everyone, I said. An idea forming. We make it public, not to get revenge, to protect other women. Sarah looked uncertain. I don't know. That feels like we're becoming the stalkers. We're not stalking him. We're exposing a pattern. Look at this. I gestured to the photos. 4 women in 3 years, all fitting the same profile, all manipulated the same way. This isn't about hurt feelings. This is about preventing him from doing it again. She bit her lip, thinking, what did you have in mind? A blog. Anonymous. We lay out everything. The patterns, the similarities, the Locket story. We don't use his real name, but we give enough details that if someone Googles him after meeting him at an art museum, they'll find it. And if he figures out it's us, what can he do? Everything we'd write is true. Sarah looked at the photos spread across the table, then back at me. Okay, she said finally. Let's do it. The blog got more attention than we expected. Turns out we weren't the only ones. After we posted our story, 3 more women reached out, all with variations of the same experience. Intense, immediate connection, too good to be true romance, manipulation, lies. Not all of them were named Sarah, but they all fit a physical type. They all met him in predictable places, and they all described the same feeling. Being seen, being understood, being exactly what someone needed, until they weren't. David tried to contact me once, 2 months after I left. A long email explaining that he was getting help, that he realized he had a problem, that he hoped I could forgive him someday. I didn't respond. Sarah Jensen got her locket back. Turns out he'd kept it in a box with other mementos from his exes. Photos, jewelry, small tokens. The police couldn't charge him with anything, but they did return her property. As for me, I finally started writing. Really writing. This story, actually. Our story. All of ours. Because Sarah Jensen was right about one thing. There is a pattern. Not just in how David operated, but in how we all responded. We all wanted to be special. We all wanted to be the one who could fix him, or save him, or be different from all the others. We all wanted to believe that someone could see us, really see us, and love what they found. That's the pattern he exploited, and that's the pattern we had to break. I still think about him sometimes. Wonder if he found another one, if our blog stopped him or just made him more careful. Wonder if he ever really loved any of us, or if he's even capable of love. But mostly, I think about Sarah Jensen, and Emily, and Amanda, and all the others. I think about how we took something terrible and turned it into something that might help someone else. And I think about how I met someone new last week, at a bookstore, not a museum. His name is Marcus, and he has red hair and blue eyes, and he's nothing like David. When he asked for my number, I gave it to him. But I'm watching for patterns, just in case.